Well, I'm here with Chief Moore, and I want to find out what is happening here in Janesville, smack dab 1 block away from the police station, 1 block away from City Hall. What's going on here today?
Right. Well, we're going to have a couple thousand people down here, mostly kids, and we're going to have a good time. We got a lot of free food, a lot of vendors here that have free items for the kids, and you know, it's our chance to connect with a lot of the community and earn their support, earn their trust, which if you're watching what's going on nationally, that's very important. And we've been doing this for about a decade down here at this site, and it's just worked out real well. And it seems like every year we just get a little bit bigger. We get a few more folks helping us out. I hear 3,000 hot dogs we're going to serve tonight, and we'll probably have them gone in a little over an hour. So.
Now, I saw a dunk tank over there. Who are we dipping in the tank?
I can tell you who's not in it, and that's me. So beyond that, I really don't know who's going to get dunked tonight. So.
I think I saw actually last year maybe Lisa Otterbacher, who's the chief of police for the city of Whitewater, get dunked in a tank. Are you sure you wouldn't change your mind?
No, I'm doing just fine. So.
Okay, well, is there a chance that we can actually dunk police officers in that tank?
You know, I don't know if there's going to be officers there or not. I kept them pretty busy today, although that water might feel well. They were pretty warm after setting this all up.
Council members? I think council members. I think some people might want to dunk some council members, no?
I think you're onto something. City manager?
Yeah, city manager, deputy. I mean, you might as well get the whole staff.
Very good.
All right, well, it's great to know that Janesville is involved in this 10 years going strong for a national night out and getting a chance for people to actually learn some more about safety, public safety, different services that are in the community. I really like seeing all the non-for-profits that are represented here today. So it's a great thing you have going on here. Thanks a lot. Well, I'm here with René from the library. And René, what do you do at the library?
I'm the Programming and Outreach Coordinator.
Okay, and I see that you're here today. What kind of exciting things do we have here?
Well, today we always focus at National Night Out on our QuestCon event, which is our summer library program finale. And so we have tattoos and we have candy and bookmarks. We have all kinds of things for the kids and families to get here.
Wow, every time I think about the library, I think of tattoos. Hopefully they're temporary.
They are temporary.
Okay, good to know. Okay. All right, and I see behind us we have something that looks like a retired ambulance. Can you tell me about this?
It is a retired ambulance. It actually is our bookmobile that we just received this year from the Leadership Development Academy. One of the teams thought they wanted to help prevent summer slide with kids not being in school all summer, and they worked really, really hard to get us this retired ambulance that now we've converted into our bookmobile.
Can we have a tour?
Absolutely.
Okay, the tour.
All right. So this is the bookmobile, and as you can see, we have books on shelves up along the top, but then we also have the children's books in these milk crates. And that's so that we can take them out of the bookmobile and put them on the ground so that kids can easily go through them. And then we also have, let me make sure I go the right way here, we have these big gray totes. Those books, the way they actually work is if somebody doesn't have a library card or they don't have their library card with them, they can take what we call one exchange book and then they bring it back to the bookmobile the next time, just like the books they can actually check out.
Oh, okay.
So some of the places that we go, I do a story time around the world at Riverside Park every Monday at 3 at the North Pavilion. And then we go to Jackson Elementary, Lincoln Elementary, Washington Elementary, and Adams Elementary, and also Bond Park. And we're there during the free lunch time.
Very good, very good. It's quite a nice little outreach for the library. I already know how busy the library is, and it's nice to promote and get people involved in reading more. And in the bookmobile.
Absolutely, and then it also is just a really good marketing tool because people see the bookmobile, and even if they don't want to check out any books here at the bookmobile, a lot of times they're already library users, or they're like, oh, you know, I haven't been to the library in a long time. So this has helped get a lot of people back into the library too.
Yes, and this is just a very, very small compared to the library. The library is a very big place. So, I mean, if this is exciting for people, then guess what? The library, the Hedberg Library, is an even more exciting place to go check out. So thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. So Officer Hageman here has some stickers that were in the boxes contain the drugs. So right now, Fred is going around these.
Okay, we're here at the Latino Liaison Advisory Committee, and your name is?
My name is Cristina Barrios.
And tell me, what is the committee about?
This committee was established in 2010 to bring together the Latino community to help report crimes and make them be a participant and be less fearful of our police departments and officials, city officials.
That's fantastic. I'm glad you have this outreach. I see you have some stuff that you're sharing with the community. How do you outreach to the Latinos in the community, just kind of informing them? How do you reach out to them? Which ways do you use for communication?
Okay, so we are a partner. I'm with the YWCA. I'm Immigrant Outreach Program Director for the YWCA. And so that's how we became a part of and cooperated with the Janesville Police Department in developing this committee. And so out of that is we already do the outreach through the YWCA.
I'm here with Miriam with the Rotary Botanical Gardens, and I know it's a beautiful place. I've been there several times, and I'd like to find out more about the Rotary Botanical Gardens. And can you tell me a little bit about the history?
Yeah, so the history, essentially, there was kind of a vacant area between the golf course and Lions Beach. An orthodontist by the name of Dr. Yar wanted to create something in that kind of void, and that essentially became Rotary Gardens in 1988, I believe. So it's actually my birth year, so it's as old as me, and it's beautiful. It's definitely evolved into its own being.
Now, what kind of events are held at the Rotary Garden?
We have everything from music in the gardens to a chocolate event. We have obviously the holiday light shows, our big thing. We have fall and spring plant sales. Just a lot going on. We have things for kids, story and stroll, just a lot of educational programs as well. We pretty much have everything at the gardens.
Now, if people want to find out more information about the gardens, where should they go?
Our Facebook is definitely a good place to start. Otherwise, RotaryBotanicalGardens.org is another great source for information.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank
Is there
you.
anything else you'd like to add?
You should become a member, and you should come out and volunteer because we are a nonprofit, so we're pretty much run on volunteers. We have a small staff, and everything that you see pretty much at the garden is because of our volunteers.
Okay, so do they have like memberships, family memberships, business?
Yeah, we have individual to family memberships. They start at $40 and work their way up. And actually, if you are a volunteer and you do 36 hours in 1 year, you actually the next year will get a complimentary membership to the gardens.
Very cool, very cool. Well, thanks a lot. I want to check out the garden.
Watch where those probes go. Watch his body react. Okay, and that's only like a 2-second exposure, just so you know. In a real scenario for us, we have 5-second exposures is a normal cycle for the
Well, I'm here with Christy with the League of Women Voters, and Christy, where are you in the hierarchy of the whole League of Women Voters for Janesville?
I'm the first vice president, so I'm on the board, and I've been on the board for I think 2.5 years, and I've been a member in the league for 3 years. So.
Okay. Now, I love what the League of Women Voters does, being nonpartisan and being involved in holding candidates debates so people are educated about who they're voting for, which is huge. Not only that, they help out with voter registration and then also informing people about voter ID law. And I know how important it is to have that participation in voting, and it's even more important, I think, this coming elections, I should say, because there's a primary and then there's another one. A lot of people aren't aware that there's more than just a presidential, and that's where you come into great place. So can you tell me a little bit about the league's involvement in the community here in Janesville and what your outreach is like?
Yeah, so we do. We focus a lot on community education about voter rights and the what's coming up to vote. So August 9th, we have a partisan primary election where there are a handful of county positions coming up, so the Register of Deeds, the county clerk, and the county treasurer. And so we provided a public forum where people can go and hear exactly what the candidates have to say so they are a little bit more educated. Turns out a lot of the time some of those local politicians have a lot more say on the day-to-day of living in Janesville than they would expect. And so we try to get the education out about that when those elections are, and then provide a space for the candidates to be able to share what they have to offer the city and the constituents of Janesville and the surrounding county and community. So we do a lot of education in that capacity. Voter registration, so we do UROC, the high schools, anywhere and everywhere we're allowed to get. And then with the changes in the voter ID, a lot of education on what you're allowed to, or what you should bring, what you need to bring, and all that kind of stuff. We do a little bit with other leagues, so with Beloit, working on the county-based positions, but then also a little bit at statewide, trying to figure out some of the bigger issues at play when it comes to voter rights, such as how we draw our
This discussion of gerrymandering.
Yeah, I was gonna say the word, but like trying to end like water issues and bigger things like that on a statewide basis and a national level as well. We're trying to do a bit more community outreach within Janesville so people know that we exist and who we are, because we do good work, but unless you know and care about local politics, you might not even know like what we are. And so we're trying to do a little bit more outreach, such as coming here. The State League bought this van, and they're going all over the state of Wisconsin to help people get ready to vote and care about voting. And
I think I saw this at in Whitewater last Tuesday.
Yep, they were in Whitewater at the market there. They were just in Milwaukee earlier today, and so they're going all over. And it's great that they came down here to kind of help people get ready to vote and learn what they need to vote and why they should vote, and kind of get excited about that. So we'll have record turnout probably in November, but I'm hoping that we still get people to vote in August. And we had a lot of people vote in the earlier primaries as well. So hopefully more people know what they have to bring. Then the better educated they are, then the better the election will go.
Okay, here's a question I'm sure somebody at least asks a league member every once in a while. League of Women Voters, can men be members?
Of course they can, and we have excellent men that are members now. They happen to be wives of members or husbands of members as well, but yes, they totally can, and we encourage everybody everybody to participate. So yeah.
Okay. Now, if people want to find out more information about this area's league, where should they go?
Oh, we have a webpage. I just wanted to make sure I got it right. Oh, it should be here. Just Google it, actually. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
There we go.
So it's the League of Women Voters Janesville. So it's lwvjvl.org. And so that's our local site. We're also on Facebook, trying to get information out about that. So.
Okay, great. We'll post more information. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm here with Scott Running, who happens to be one of the battalion chiefs for the fire department here in Janesville. And it's fire and EMS, right?
Oh, correct. Janesville has a full-time fire and EMS department, so we're what we call a combined department, so our fire-based EMS. So yes.
Okay, now you call yourself your C. Does that mean that you're in the early morning hours or what?
Actually, we work a 24-hour shift, so I'm just the battalion C, battalion chief. So there's two other battalions, A and B, obviously, and then we work a 24-hour day. And so my shift starts at 6 a.m. and I get done at 6 a.m. the next morning. So.
Is it like a 24 on, 48 off type of thing?
24 on, 24 off, 24 on, 24 off, 24 on, 48 off. So it goes back and forth. So it's a rotating schedule. We work 3 out of every 9 days. So it's 56 hours a week.
Okay. I know that the fire department is an employed fire department. Some communities have volunteer. How many staff does the city have?
We have approximately 90. We have 29 that are assigned to each one of the battalions, and then we have administrative staff and prevention staff. So it equals about 90 or so, 90 to 94, depending upon what time of year it is and if we have retirements or whatever. But there's 29 people assigned to each battalion.
It's very nice that we do have a strong staff here.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely are grateful that the citizens of Janesville have decided to have a full-time department, because it increases, or I should say reduces, our response times, and it provides a lot better and quicker response for our citizens. And we appreciate, obviously, that they're paying our wages, so we enjoy our job.
And every minute counts. Every minute does count.
Yeah, the time is muscle, and every minute, the muscle dies. So if you're having a cardiac emergency, that every second does count, you know. And in the fires, they say every fire doubles in size every 3 seconds. So I mean, it's gonna keep multiplying if we don't get there. So that's what you guys pay for when you pay for a full-time department. And I have nothing to take away from volunteers, because boy, I tell you what, they work as hard as we do. They train as hard as we do. They're as up on it as we do. It's just that they decided that they wanted to have another profession on top of being a volunteer. So their communities just have that lull from them having to respond from their actually 9-to-5 jobs. So yes.
Yeah, and I can see with a city this big, it's the value of having full-time staff.
It is, you know, but once again, that's the citizens' choice, you know, and like I said, we're just, you know, grateful that the citizens of Janesville choose to have a full-time department. And just because of 60,000 people doesn't mean that it's automatic, you know. It's just something that when we get that size, then unfortunately you do start noticing the emergencies start being treated less. And, you know, obviously when we have, you know, 60,000 people instead of 6,000, there's that many more calls for assistance, and so it shows up in the public, and they start talking. So, you know, that's kind of what bodes well into having a full-time department. But yeah.
Now, you do assist the neighboring communities as well.
Absolutely. We have a program, it's called the MABUS, Mutual Aid Box Alarm System, which just basically means that we have agreements with every surrounding community and township that whether they have a volunteer department or not, we'll assist them with their responses, and they've decided what they want for a response when it comes to fire trucks or ambulances. And then when they make that call for assistance, then we automatically come if it's a fire. Usually they all have an EMS provider, and so they'll get there in a fairly timely fashion. They might not be trained at the same level we are, and so they may call for what we call an intercept or assistance, you know, if it's a cardiac emergency that they don't feel they can handle. But otherwise, you know, in regards to fires, they're fully staffed with their volunteer, but then if they have an actual working fire, then we come and we assist in however we can. So yeah.
So other than doing, let's say, a transport to one of the other big cities for a patient, how far has the fire department gone to outside of the community, reaching to the other communities? Have you assisted like Whitewater and?
I'm trying to think. I can't remember where the campground fire was in Illinois last spring, but it was, you know, I'd say a good 60 miles away, and we went, you know, that was with an ambulance, you know, and a tender, which is a water truck. And, you know, it all depends on what they're in need of. And if it's a wildland fire, like a grass fire, brush fire, you know, we don't have a ton of them in this area. But if that was the case, they may ask for a specific piece of equipment and say, hey, we just need something to shuttle water, or we need a brush fire truck or something. And so then we would come with that. And we do the same thing. I mean, if we have a rural fire, you know, we may have enough people, we just need more water faster. So we'll add, you know, we don't have the hydrants out in the rural community. So then we'll say, hey, we need a bunch of tenders, and we'll just have what we call a box alarm for tenders or something. So yeah, so we all help each other out. It's not just a one-way street. So.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks, Scott. Do you have anything else to add? Kind of inform the community about fire department?
You know, being National Night Out, it's nice that we're included with the law enforcement officials. We do work real well hand in hand. So I mean, it's nice that they invited us to partake in this, and it's nice to have the big crowd that they have tonight. So we're just happy to be a part of it.
All right, thank you very much. All right, I'm here with Bill Truman with Friends of Riverside Park, and I'm not sure where Riverside Park is.
Riverside Park is on the northwest side of Janesville, adjacent to the golf course, Riverside Golf Course, one of the oldest parks in the city. And it's a new location for the first city splash pad.
Now, I think I heard somewhere that Janesville's like the city of parks. I don't know what the theme is for the city. What is it?
Well, it's the city of parks, Janesville City of Parks. And at Riverside Park, we consider ourselves as a premier park of Janesville. A lot of activities to do out there, splash pad, baseball, a shuffleboard, horseshoes, just a number of activities to do. And we have a music festival once a year. It's coming up August 21st, which is a number of activities for the kids, face painting, balloons, clouds, jumpy houses, the splash pad. The Lions Club, with conjunctions with Friends of Riverside Park, have a chicken roast for $9. There's adult beverages, free music all day. It's just a fun activity for citizens of Janesville to come out and help promote Friends of Riverside Park.
Now, with the Friends organization, when I hear about a Friends organization, they're helping out, they're raising funds for different events and such. So this upcoming event, I'm thinking, is probably sponsored by the organization then?
Yes, it's sponsored by Friends Riverside Park, and what we've done in the number of years, we back in 2007, they come to us and we opened the pool, the upper road, and the north bathroom. Since then, we've re-roofed the pavilions, redid the north bathroom. We redone the tennis courts, we've redone the shuffleboard. So a number of things that the Friends, working with conjunction with the city of Janesville, has made Riverside Park back to the premier park it is.
That's fantastic. So if people want to find out more about Riverside Park, where should they go?
They can go, we have a website, Friends Riverside Park. They can call myself, 608-436-6479. or Sandy Hendricks at Parkside Drive in Janesville. But also you can contact the city of Janesville for the park department, and they'll give you all the information on shuffleboard rental, tennis, just a number of things. We have the new zip line, the new splash pad, just a number of things that we promote out there.
Well, fantastic. I'm going to have to check out Riverside Park. I think everybody should too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I'm here with Cindy Stricker, who's going to tell us all about 4K, right? In the Janesville area school district? Well, tell me, I mean, does everybody know about 4K?
I don't think so. I think we're trying to get word out there. We've been around now for close to 10 years, and it stands for, P4J stands for Preschool for Janesville, and it is our 4-year-old kindergarten program through the school district. So it is a free program. And we have lots of sites throughout the community. We have some in public schools, but we also have daycares that have our program, and a Head Start program, and a private preschool. So there are different venues that are hosting our P4J program. So there are a lot of options for parents. We have parochial schools, and we have daycare, so if they need before and after school care, they can go to our 2.5 to 3 hour program, and then they can also get before and after school care if they need it.
Okay, now is it a full time or half? I know sometimes there are both.
Yes. Our main program is a half day program. Our Head Start program is Head Start is changing some of their policies, so they are having more of a full day program in Head Start. But there is an application process with Head Start too, so they have their own administration and admission process besides just our P4J.
I know one thing, and that's kind of surprising, and people don't seem to know this, is that there are some households that have no books in them, and so literacy needs to start early. So where do you start at with the 4?
We just implemented last year actually a literacy program with all of our students, and they have an envelope that they take home, and it has a book in it. And then on the outside are some questions to ask that parents or adult caregivers can ask the questions of the children as they're going through the book. It goes from looking at pictures and what do you think is going to happen next and things like that, because a lot of parents would say, oh, we start the book, we read the book, we start at the beginning, we get to the end, and we're done. And they don't think about asking questions and talking about the cover of the book and the title of the book. So this gives them a list of things, and plus we are also providing them with a book.
Okay, so you're looking at reading comprehension.
Everything, yep, reading comprehension, concept of print, knowing that you go from left to right. And then as they get a little older, they start looking at those letters are making sounds, and what those letters are at the bottom has something to do with what the picture is on top. So they start really connecting. So it's a great beginning for them, and we're giving them, a book to start with, and then we also have other programs where they can get books from us too.
Okay, is registration for school happening soon, or is it happening here today?
Yes, we are taking names right now, and then we will contact them and give them what they need. They need to go down to the Educational Services Center and enroll them there just like they would, any other K through 12. And then they get to choose what placement. We can talk to them about the different sites. Enrollment's open now. The offices are open. We start actually in February, so if the children are going to be for next September, we actually have a big enrollment in February. So the kids have to be 4 by September 1st. So we are taking enrollments for this year. We're always taking enrollments. And then next year, the 17-18 year, we start enrollment in February.
Where is the location for enrollment?
It's down on 527 South Franklin Street. It's our Educational Services Center.
And is there a website people can go to if they forget that address?
Yes, there is. You can actually go to janesville.k12.wi.us, the main district website, and then if you click on elementary schools, the first one says preschool for Janesville, and it has all our information. It's just brand new. We just went live.
All right, very, very good. Thanks a lot for what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, and thanks for talking to me.
We're here with Jane Goldberg, and we're going to find out more about Janesville Mobilizing for Change, because I don't know what this is about, but I'm sure you do.
JM4C is a community coalition. We have a focus to reduce and prevent substance abuse among our youth. So we do that in a variety of different ways, a lot of education and awareness in the community. We do some If You Care, Don't Share campaigns that are targeting prescription drug use. So make sure parents lock up medications at home so it stays out of the hands of our youth. We do a Parents Who Host Lose the Most campaign. It's a statewide campaign that talks about if you host a party and serve alcohol to underage people, you will be fined. So we want to make sure that message is out there. We do some training with youth mental health. It's called Youth Mental Health First Aid, and it works with any adults that work with youth in the community, whether you work in the lunchroom or you're a teacher, that you can have the tools necessary if you see a student struggling with a mental health issue, that you can get them the resources necessary.
Okay, now, if people wanted to find out more information, where's the best place to go?
On our Facebook page, it's JM4C Change on Facebook, and also our website, jm4c.org.
Okay, it's a great service that you're doing, because children need to be educated. You just can't have a blind eye toward what's going on, because it is happening around us. And I myself have 2 kids. I'm very concerned about them, and I want to make sure, that they're avoiding some of these bad decisions. And I'm glad you're offering the help. Is there anything else you'd like to add regarding the group?
We do try to get into the community and help parents talk with their kids, have those uncomfortable conversations, because those are really important to have, and make sure you're a part of what your child's up to. So.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so I'm here with Jenny, and Jenny's involved with NAMI. What is NAMI?
NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We've actually been present in Rock County, I want to say early 90s. We just haven't been as visible as we have been in the last probably year and a half-ish. So we provide support, education, resources to both people with mental illness and their families and friends. So we're really trying to grow NAMI in Rock County, because we definitely see there's a huge need. So we have various support groups actually offered in English and Spanish. And then we're also looking to grow kind of our resources too for kids, because we're really seeing there's a huge need for resources and support both for kids and their family members. So.
That's fantastic. Now, if somebody wanted to find out more about the organization, where's the best place for them to go?
I would totally check out our website at namirockcounty.org. We have all of our information about upcoming events, volunteer events, membership. We love membership. We need funds. That's how we actually gain money to do what we do in the community. So.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, we're here with Chelsea, and she's with a college that's known as Black Hawk Technical College. And I know they have several campuses around here, because I've heard that name and I've seen it in different places. Can you tell us where the college is?
Definitely. Our central campus is located on County Road G here in Janesville. We also have our Center for Transportation Studies. That is next to Target in Janesville. We have our new AMTC, or Advanced Manufacturing Center. That's in Milton. We have a Beloit Center with a lot of our early childhood education courses, as well as our Monroe campus with phlebotomy and some ag classes.
Now, are there a lot of 2-year courses? Is it 4-year courses? I mean, what's the variety of things that you would find on campus?
Yes, so we have a lot of the associate's degree programs at BTC, as well as our tech diplomas, certificate options. So it's really tailored to you and what your interests might be, or what your degree options and interests are. We also have a 2+2 program with a number of different 4-year schools. So you can complete 2 years with BTC and then transfer to Upper Iowa as an example. You could get your degree with Upper Iowa, but remain on BTC's campus. So it's a great local opportunity for our folks and our students.
Yes, and I think if a lot of students, when you think about tuition costs and all that, it seems that Blackhawk is a good way to get started, especially if you want to curb those costs too, right?
Definitely. We charge about $140 a credit, which is very competitive in consideration with the other tech schools around the area. And just so you know, we do start classes on August 24th, so that's in about 3 weeks. And on Friday, we have an upcoming one-stop admissions event, so you can join us on campus, and in 4 short hours, you can leave as an admitted student. So that's at our central location here in Janesville.
Okay, what's the best way to find out more information other than obviously going to that event in person? Website, where should people go?
Definitely. You can either call our Student Service Center at 608-757-7710 and make an appointment with a college and career specialist, get more information about the college. Otherwise, blackhawk.edu is an option as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.